Usually I have a lot of good things to say about print on demand. I love it. I love sharing about it. But in this one, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to talk about 10 things I hate about POD, print on demand. Let's go. Thanks for joining me on this video. My name is Juno with Detour Shirts. I've been designing and selling t-shirts on print on demand since 2005, and I want to talk about some of the things on print on demand. In this specific video, I'm going to talk about the 10 things I hate about print on demand. I know hate is a really strong word, and it's more like I dislike it, but hate sounds a lot better. It's a throwback to the movie 10 Things I Hate About You with Julia Stiles, Heath Ledger, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Good movie, 1999 if you haven't watched it. But that's what this is about. 10 things I hate about print on demand. These things, of course, they don't stop me from doing print on demand. There's annoyances and I wish they would change, but print on demand is pretty great, and that's why I continue to do print on demand. But I wanted to show you the 10 things that I really don't like about it. So I actually had a tough time coming up with 10 things that I really didn't like about print on demand. So I went to my Facebook group and I got a lot of help there. So a lot of these came from my Facebook group. If you're looking for a group for print on demand, go to that. I'll leave a link in the description there. So these are not in any particular order, and some of these probably won't change in the future. I hope some of them can change, but for the most part, it's the price of doing business with print on demand. So let's just go down the list and start with number 1. So the first thing that I hate about print on demand is that you have no control on whether or not you get kicked off of the platform or if things shut down. Very little control about that. I see this on my Facebook group all the time, that I was kicked off for no reason off of Redbubble, or I don't know why I'm not on Merch by Amazon anymore. And personally, that hasn't happened to me, but at the start of Corona, there was a time when Amazon just totally shut down. So one of the scary things about print on demand is your business, if that's your business model, could shut down at any moment and you don't really have any control over it. So if you have a lot of money coming in from Redbubble, all of a sudden it could just stop. Or if you're counting on Merch by Amazon and they decide we're not selling anything this month, it could totally stop. So that's what's really scary about print on demand. You may want to have a backup plan. That's why I started YouTube and other things like that, affiliate sales and things. You shouldn't just rely on your print on demand income because of this reason right here. Print on demand sites can shut down or kick you off at any time. So this is the first thing that I hate about print on demand. So the second thing that I hate about print on demand is that there's no real good way to contact customers. And I'm talking about print on demand shops like Redbubble and Merch by Amazon and TeePublic, where they do everything for you, which is nice that they do everything for you, but the downside of that they do the customer service and all of this, is that you don't have a way to contact your customers. So you can't upsell them, you can't send them newsletters and things like that. Of course, if you do your own Shopify print on demand, Etsy print on demand with a third party print on demand site, you do have that. So this number 2 is only for the all-in-one print on demand shops like Merch by Amazon, TeePublic, Redbubble, you know, those ones. If you're gonna create your own lists and things like that, with Shopify or WooCommerce or things where you're selling print on demand stuff, this one doesn't really apply to that. But one nice thing about doing it that way is you could send email marketing. If there's a new product, you can let people know. One way to get around this is to have a big following on social media, right? So if you can build up your fan base on social media, you can send things that way and let your customers know, your fans know about that. But this is tough to get marketing out, at least to the existing customers, and try and let them know about it, and you have no idea who bought it and where and things like that. So this is the second thing that I hate about print on demand, is that you have no way to contact your customers. So the third thing that I hate about print on demand is that sometimes you don't show up in searches. So this can be a problem if you're trying to sell stuff and want organic traffic. No matter how good you do your SEO, no matter how good you do your titles and tags, sometimes you just don't show up on Merch by Amazon when people do the searches. You're way back, page 5, page 10, and you don't show up. Same thing on Redbubble or wherever. This can be very hard for you to make a sale if you don't show up in searches, and sometimes you don't really have that much control over it. You can put in the right things and it just doesn't show up. So that's One thing that's hard about print on demand is that you're dealing with a bigger company and so many people are doing the same things, and just you get lost sometimes. So that really makes it hard to make a sale if you can't be found. That's one of the main things, findability and things like that that help you get a sale. So this is the third thing that I hate about print on demand, and that's findability. Sometimes you just don't show up in searches. So the fourth thing that I hate about print on demand is that it is not a steady income. So unlike a 9 to 5 where you're getting paid by the hour or salary, you know exactly what you're going to get paid each month. Print on demand is not like this. So this kind of is like number one, where it could just shut down at any time, or findability. These are all kind of connected. You could get paid, really well in December, but then come January, you're going to get half of what you made in December and things like that. So your income is going to go up and down, depending on what kinds of things you have for sale, what kinds of things people buy. Maybe you're doing more Valentine's Day and get a lot of sales during that time, or maybe you're doing more summer shirts. Whatever it is, it's inconsistent. Almost everyone gets paid a different thing every month. I know I do. I've done it for years. Q4, you get a lot more than the rest of the year. That's kind of hard, especially because you don't pay your mortgage that way. Your mortgage is the same thing every time. Most of your bills are the same thing every time. And if you're lower than what you expect to pay on something, that can be really hard. So this is the fourth thing I hate about print on demand, and that is it's not a steady income. It's inconsistent every month. So the fifth thing that I hate about print on demand is that the profit per sale is pretty low. So of course, they do a lot of the work, and because they do a lot of the work, the Merch by Amazons, the Redbubble, the TeePublics, they do the shipping and the printing and all of that, you get a lot less per sale. So there could be a $20 shirt and you're only going to get $5 out of that $20 shirt. So like 25%. And some places you actually get less. I know some places you get $4 or $2 or $1. You might get even less than that. So the price per sale is very low, and that's not something that you really have a control over sometimes. So you'll have to just make a ton of sales to make that up. So if you make $5 a sale, in order to get $5,000 a month, you're going to need 1,000 sales, right? 1,000 t-shirts. Now you can increase your profit per sale if you're doing Printful with Shopify or Printful with Etsy and charge a higher amount. You just have to figure out what that is. And some people make, $6 or $7 per sale, which is a better, but it's not $10 profit per sale or 12 or 20. So that makes it really hard to run ads and things like that. So this is the fifth thing that I hate about print on demand, and that is a low profit per sale. So the sixth thing that I hate about print on demand is that the quality of your products could be low. So you could have low quality things, and there's a lot of YouTubers out there that are buying the things, and so you can see the quality, so you can see that, but you really don't have control of what t-shirt Redbubble is going to sell, or what t-shirt Merch by Amazon is going to sell, or what hoodie and things. They're going to sell what they think is the best thing or the most profitable thing, and quality could be good or could be bad on there. So this is something that we really don't have control over, because they print it, they buy it, and do all that stuff. And so you may get returns on something that's low quality or bad quality, bad print quality, and that can affect your overall income and things like that. So just be aware of what kind of quality different things have. Watch those YouTube videos. There's not really much you can do about it besides not sell that product. Maybe you just really don't want to sell that product and you can turn that product off. But besides that, there's nothing more that you can do. So this is one thing that I hate about print on demand, or really dislike about print on demand, is that sometimes you could be selling low quality products. So the seventh thing that I hate about print on demand is that it's very slow to ramp up. I hear this a lot in the Facebook groups, a lot of comments that I'm just getting started and I'm not getting any sales. I'm stuck on tier 10 or something like that. And yes, we were all on tier 10. If you're on Merch by Amazon, we all started on tier 10, and it does take a long time to ramp up because you only have 10 slots, and it takes time to figure out what sells on each print on demand site because all of them are different. So it really just takes time to learn. If you're looking for a quick turnaround of a get rich quick kind of business. This is not it. Print on demand is not it. It takes a long time. If you see a lot of people that are making a great income, they probably spent a lot of time in it, and it's not something that you can ramp up really fast. And so this is number 7 thing that I don't like about print on demand, and that is how long it takes to ramp up. So the thing I hate about print on demand, number 8, is that there's lots of competition. Back in 2017, there wasn't as much competition because, you know, Merch by Amazon just got it started. There was lots of competition elsewhere. But now that Merch by Amazon has been on the scene for over 5 years now, the competition is huge. There's so many people competing for the same target, for the same keywords, for the same topics, for the same niches. So it just is really hard to get your design up there on page 1 just because of the competition out there. And the competition is getting better. It's not just bad designs. There's some really good artists out here now doing print on demand stuff because they heard how good it is. So you're competing with some top talent sometimes, and it's just tough to get your stuff seen. So this is the 8th thing that I hate about print on demand, and that is the ton of competition that's out there. So the number 9th thing that I hate about print on demand is that there can be glitches on the site, and that can affect your income. So one example of that is Merch by Amazon had a glitch recently where they're putting a price on a t-shirt for $10.59. I saw it on one of my things that I recently uploaded, and what that means is you get $0 on a sale like that, and that was a glitch. I don't know if they fixed it yet, but the lowest price that you can go on Merch by Amazon for a t-shirt is $13. So this is way below that price, and you get 0 profit for $13. So of course you get 0 profit for a $10.59 shirt. I hope they fix that, but that's just one of the glitches, right? It could be glitches about tags. It could be glitches about whatever. If there are any glitches on the print on demand site, it could affect the way you make sales or get income or profit or whatever it is. So just be careful when you're doing that. There's nothing really you can do because things get glitchy sometimes, and it happens. But definitely one of the things that I hate about print on demand is that there could be glitches on any site. So the last thing, number 10, and this would be my number 1. I didn't say I said they're not in any order, but I saved the worst for last. And if this is the one that I hope that can be fixed. This is the one that's a pain to most people on print on demand, and that is copycats. There's so many copycats, and I'm talking about the pixel for pixel copycats where they just take the design off of Merch by Amazon, your design, and sell it as their own. They don't do any design work. It's not like they're trying to make a better version of your thing. They're just copying your thing, pixel for pixel. You see it on Etsy, you see it on Merch by Amazon, you see it on Redbubble, you see it everywhere because it's so easy to do, and people are lazy and they want, you know, free money, right? Basically, that's what it is. They're just taking your stuff and seeing if they're gonna sell it. And so I hope the print on demand companies can fix this. This is a pain for everybody involved, especially people that are trying really hard and take hours and hours to design something and then just get that stolen, and people just undercut you because they didn't take time. They don't need to make any money. They'll sell it for pennies, right? As long as they get some kind of sale, they made their money because they didn't have to spend time making those designs. So copycats need to get taken care of. They need to be taken out, these pixel for pixel ones. They sell things in bundles too. They just grab all kinds of things, you know, popular designs out there and put them in a bundle for 100 and sell them for $5 because they didn't do anything. And copycats are the worst. This is the one thing that I hope can get fixed. This is the number 1 thing, and this list is number 10, but overall, this is the number 1 things that I hate about print on demand. So here they are, all 10 of them that I talked about in this video, but like I said, the worst one is number 10, copycats. I think everybody in print on demand will agree that copycats are the worst and they need to be stopped. So let me know in the comments if I missed anything. If there's something else that you hate about print on demand, leave that in the comments, and if there's enough, I probably could make a number 2, 10 more things I hate about print on demand. So now that you know about the 10 things I hate about print on demand, why not want something a little more positive? Maybe these top websites for print on demand that I use, or what to do before you start print on demand. Check out these videos right here. And as always, guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.